Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm GetGoodGuy, and today we're talking about something a little bit different, something I don't see mentioned very often by content creators, but I do see mentioned a fair bit on forums, etc., and that is Battlefield 1's lighting issues. Now you'll see in this instance, with my settings as they are, I can see on this night map very well. I promise you, this was not the case once upon a time. I could see almost nothing on this map. But there are of course side effects of this, so if I quickly switch you over to another map, hold on. Alright, here we are. You see now we're on Sinai Desert, and already it's maybe a little bit bright, but it's kind of manageable, just about. But then if we try to look out of a doorway, it's almost pure white, as you can see. I'm sure a lot of you have found this before. Or what about if we switch kit so that we can damage something, so we can look at what happens when we blow up a building. Okay, so I've done a makeover on this building. You can't tell because I'm just brilliant at architecture, but actually, whoop, you can, Jesus Christ, you can see that I've taken the roof off, taken a wall out, etc., and it's pretty much pure white out here now. And as you can imagine, if you're coming here and trying to look out onto this desert here, it's going to be a little tricky compared to the person outside who's able to just look in and see you perfectly clearly. So overall, it's not a wonderful situation. When the sun is brighter or something on these maps, it's difficult. In the buildings, it's difficult, but I can now see on the dark map, of course. I mean, look now, Ray Charles the game, Stevie Wonder Simulator, Andrea Boccacelli 2018. So now let's try to change our settings so it's a little more comfortable and a bit easier to see everyone on the map regardless of situation. Okay, job done, same building, haven't moved, so much easier to see outside. As you can see, we'll step outside and look really comfortable, maybe a little bit dark actually, but as you can see, I'll be able to pick things out extremely easily on the map now. But let's now go back to our night map and see how our settings look on that. Can somebody help me? I think I'm lost. So obviously these are two extremes. You can tweak things to be a bit better, but I think you understand my point. Since the release of Battlefield 1, I haven't found a setting that I can use which makes me feel comfortable on every map in every situation. There are just too many lighting issues. Whether they've been put in on purpose or it's a bug, I don't know, maybe some of each, but it can make it kind of testing. I kind of need to see the people that are trying to kill me, and I'm sure many, if not all of you guys, completely understand what I'm talking about. Let me just whack my settings back to where they were previously so you can see the difference. We can see again. Awesome. So yeah, this is something I'd like altered, well, hopefully before the end of Battlefield 1, although I highly doubt that. But in the next one, I'd really like this to not be a thing, because while it was kind of cool to begin with, to have everything look kind of cool and cinematic and blah blah and epic and whatever words you want to put on it that aren't negative, I'd just much rather be able to see consistently and not have deaths based on not being able to make out what's happening in front of me. I would go and show you what the weather effects look like with some of these settings, but I can't seem to find any in an empty server at the minute for some unknown reason. But obviously when I step into a normal game, there'll be a ton of weather effects, because there always are, for, you know, 5-10 minutes. And I do kind of like the idea of the dynamic weather effects, but I really feel like they could have been toned down. Not being able to see 2 meters in front of yourself sometimes, and not being able to spot people even though you can make out where they are, just kind of doubles up the issue of not being able to tell where people are all the time. So yeah, let's have a little sit down this bench. Let me know in the comment section if you agree, what your main problems are, what the settings are, have you fixed it? When do you find it's at its worst? Is it when there are weather effects? Is it on a dark map, a bright map, whatever it may be? But yeah, your feedback would be appreciated. Now let's go over to the Board of Awesome for the fantastic people who support the channel on Patreon. They are the lifeblood of the channel at present. They are the reason you get content from me full time, and without them, it simply would not be possible. So thank you to everyone here on the board. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link will be in the description and in my pinned comment. I've said this a million times now, I can do it completely from memory. Support can start from $1 a month, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos, and feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Latest.